tell us a little bit about what this amnesty law would mean for people in Venezuela.
The amnesty law, this is a very, I would say, exceptional amnesty law, because amnesty laws, what I have studied also here in Harvard, are for dictatorial governments and benefit these officials from these dictatorial regimes. We still have a regime in Venezuela which is using repression as a way of controlling power. And this amnesty law is actually to release the dissidents that are in jail and all these victims of political persecution. So if you compare this amnesty law with other laws, for example, the Argentinian law, amnesty law, or the Chilean amnesty law, they actually benefited the people that were in government in order to go through a process of transitional justice. But in Venezuela, we are beginning a process of transitional justice, and the Congress is proposing this amnesty law to release these people that are being jailed by the government who's still taking control of the country. So it's going to be a very interesting experience for all academics and people that are being involved in these issues, because it's a kind of, and we'll see how it will work. Next week it will be discussed by the Congress and will be approved, and we will see how it's going to be executed. Research I've been doing here in Harvard is about political prisoners specifically, and how these regimes, specifically Venezuela, use the rule of law as a facade for political persecution, specifically how they use the judicial system for political persecution. So everything that I have studied here is being incorporated to this law, specifically the definitions of political prisoners, which who didn't include some of the people like that are being jailed in Venezuela. So it's a long explanation, but there is a new definition of political prisoners that was a conclusion from research here, that it was incorporated into this law. So one of the more emblematic political prisoners in Venezuela is Leopoldo Lopez, a political opposition leader who is in jail. Actually in February, he's going to be 2 years in jail. And the amnesty law will benefit specifically Leopoldo Lopez and more than 70 people are in jail. Yeah, the law, what the amnesty law do is to actually to finish, to close, to cancel all process of judicial process against political prisoners. So that's why the definition that I've been studying here in Harvard is very important, because this definition will identify who are going to be benefit from the amnesty law. So in this semester, I'm working on the strategies to release political prisoners, and basically how to go for a transitional justice process in Venezuela. So, and this is part of this strategy, basically. Amnesty law is just the beginning of a lot of different acts, laws, and instruments that may be used to change and transform the judicial system in Venezuela. So everything what I've been doing here, and what I'm going to do here, and my study group that I'm going to start in February, is basically related, not just now or like before, to a theoretical way of releasing political prisoners. Now we're going to work in a practical way to release political prisoners and go through a process of transitional justice for Venezuela, who is living this moment and this important moment at this time.